My experience as a Division III athlete completely changed my life.
In August 1973, the NCAA held a special convention, voting to split from 2 divisions into their current 3-division system, thus the birth of D3 athletics.
Completely changed my perspective of what athletics and what academics should be, so I am completely indebted to Division III athletics.
So Division III is really just about, for me, the purity of athletics.
How meaningful is it for you, to be a part of this growth of D3 athletics with the Saints?
Division III is where action really happens. Yeah, you see it, you see everything, but this is like, the kids for who they are.
Celebrating its 50th anniversary this school year, D3 is now the NCAA's largest division, growing from 240 member schools in their inaugural year to 433 active schools in 2023.
How have you seen it, even in your couple years here, grow throughout that time?
One thing that I really appreciate is Division III has always maintained its focus on the student athlete, and again, that holistic experience, where it's not just about athletics, it's about how do we provide the students opportunities to really become the best versions of themselves.
It still is the most raw, comprehensive amateur sports offerings, which is Division III, regardless of the NIL, regardless of that. Because they're not underneath the 20-hour-a-week rule that you see at Division I and II. You have to put in those hours. And with Division III, you get to play your sport, you'll do your off-season conditioning, but also have the luxury of being a regular student. And that truly is the spirit of amateur sports.
I think that the classic time management piece of college sports and D3, juggling class and practice and games and all that is definitely a huge takeaway.
The Northland's 3 Division III institutions, the College of St. Scholastica, UW Superior, and Northland College, were originally members of the still active National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, or NAIA. Joining the NCAA in the early 1980s, they now offer 53 athletic programs combined.
We're not on athletic scholarship. We're not pursuing huge name, image, likeness deals that you see at the Division I level. It truly is about the love of the sport.
I was a Division I scholarship football player and kind of lost my way first time away from home, but ended up in an intimate Division III college like St. Scholastica and changed my life, changed my perspective, and that's why I coach football now.
Coming through high school, obviously COVID and stuff, like recruitment opportunities were very limited. And just like some of the D3 schools I toured, felt very intimate and kind of like a family atmosphere. And that's something like that I've always loved when it comes to team sports, and it's something I want to be a part of.
D3 has also helped foster the growth of women's sports. In 1981, they hosted their first 3 championship games in field hockey, cross country, and volleyball, and now sponsor 28 national championships split evenly between men and women.
It's powerful. Seeing a lot of my athletes grow into strong, independent women is just something you always hope for as a coach.
I guess just that hard work and determination really goes a long way. That sounds really cheesy, but it really is true. And just pushing through the hard times and really leaning on other people who are there for you.
I love the D3 atmosphere. You got to play the sport you love, but also study what you wanted. So I was an athletic training student, so I got to have that hands-on experience while playing at a pretty good high-level volleyball, where I was part of 2 conference championships.
That high level of competition is present in every sport, but especially in hockey, where there's a unique lack of existence at the Division II level, creating a larger pool of international talents.
NCAA hockey is thankfully starting to expand a little bit, both at the Division I and Division III levels, which is great, but there's just so many really quality hockey players out there that, that line or that gap is maybe not as big between Division I and Division III as it used to be, because there just is no Division II. And if they're going to play Division III, they want to play at the most competitive level possible, which specifically for us, not just the WIAC, but also the MIAC and the NCHA, there's so many really good programs out here.
D3 meant a lot to me anyway, because If it wasn't for D3, I don't think I'd be playing college sports right now. I've learned what it means to really, really want something. I went to UW-Madison, so I was done playing sports. I was sitting there, I wasn't playing any sports. And then I wanted to play, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do because I didn't really want to play football anymore, I didn't want to play rugby anymore. I was kind of tired of getting beaten up all the time. So I actually came here to play baseball. I did baseball for a year. And then I met our cross-country coach, and I emailed him and asked him if I could just come out to practice a couple times. And then the rest is history.
Just because it's D3 and it's smaller doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. And I feel like D3 kind of gets written off just because it is D3 and it's not D1. And I just think kind of ignoring that and taking it as seriously as hopefully you want to is really important.
Don't go where you want to go where you are wanted.